Good morning. Happy Friday. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes. I'm going to wait for everybody to get on. This is our weekend tarot reveal. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. I'm going to get started in just a minute. Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Goodness. Happy March. God, it went by fast. And isn't it weird how a month, even though we had 29 days, it wasn't 30 or 31. Seems like it went by so fast. I gotta hold up my little green screen so I can see y'all's comments. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, happy Friday, happy March. For those of you that are new, we do this every Monday and Friday, okay? We gather here, we get the energy of the weekend, we talk about everything, and the energy just gets stronger and stronger the more you show up here on Mondays and Fridays. The readings really start to resonate with your life more because your energy is connecting more. Can you ask me a question about tarot? Sure. Yeah, this is where you can ask questions about tarot, numerology, spirituality, all the things. This is, where we come to learn, where we come to just grow, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to use our tuning fork, okay? This is attuned to the frequency of your root chakra. We do this one mostly because this is where everything begins. This is where the I am is. This is really where your stability starts. So if you're feeling like you're inflamed, like your body's inflamed because it's in fight or flight, if you're feeling anxiety, all of that stuff, it all begins here. So we're going to stabilize the root chakra, okay? And all you do is you just listen to the tuning fork because the vibration that's coming through the speaker is going into your ears and then it's attuning your body. All right, so it just takes a few seconds. I'm going to show TikTok and Instagram at the same time. You'll see me doing this, so that's why I just want to make sure everybody can hear it. Okay, here we go. Just breathe. There we go. Okay, see how easy that is? All right, so next we're going to get our fairy blessing. I'm going to check the comments, hang on. Okay, can we ask a question first, shuffle, then cut, or shuffle, ask, and then cut? So when you're reading tarot, when you're shuffling, you're putting the energy into the cards, okay? So I have this deck here, okay? As I'm shuffling, I'm putting the intentions into the cards. So at that time is when I'm asking the questions. I'm setting the intention of what I want the cards to tell me. So as you're shuffling, you can ask the question, then you cut the deck, then you deal. So I hope that answers your question. What we're going to do now is we're going to get our fairy blessing. We do this, I got this gap right here. I'm a Leo, so my hair is always, I'm always looking at it. Our mane is important to us as a Leo. Anyways, we're going to get our fairy blessing for the weekend, and then y'all are going to pick the tarot deck that we use. You like my fashion choices today? Thank you. This is one of my favorite shirts. It's so comfy. I'm all about comfy. What is our fairy blessing for the weekend? What do we need to know? We have a blessing of fairy magic, you guys, number 33. We have this one coming up quite a bit lately, isn't it? Not all the time, but it's making itself known, okay? The blessing of fairy magic, number 33, is about you creating, you being in that magical space, you putting it out into the universe what you want. We just had that triple kazemi or whatever the hell it was called on the 28th. And that's where we had these epiphanies, these aha moments. This is, you know, where we start to make this pivotal shift. We're about to go into Aries season. We're about to go into the astrological new year. So what is it that you want to experience over this next astrological new year? Okay? So, and I'm not talking about in the next few days we're about to go into Aries season. I'm just saying we're moving that way into it, okay? So this is the blessing of fairy magic. Now, let's see what the tarot wants to tell us. Sorry, y'all, I forgot this was not keeping up. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, so let's pick the tarot deck that we're going to use. Red Fairy Tarot or Sufi Tarot. Red Fairy Tarot or Sufi Tarot. Deck 1 or deck 2. Y'all help me keep up. Ooh, 2s are taking off on TikTok. So deck 1 or deck 2? One or 2, Instagram. Y'all are slow. Come on. And somebody help me keep track of how many is on which platform. So deck 1 or deck 2? One or 2. Y'all telling me red and yellow or red. It's not. Y'all, 1 or 2. That's how we figure this out. Okay, so how many do we have of each on Instagram? Can somebody let me know? And how many on TikTok? Because it looked like okay, 2's got it on TikTok. Oh, and 1's got it on Instagram, but there's more votes on TikTok. So we're going to use deck 2. Okay, we did use deck 1, I think, on Monday, if I remember correctly. Let's use deck 2, because I haven't used this one in a long time. So let me shuffle it. I did shuffle it as I was getting on here, but I want to make sure we got it nice and mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each day this weekend, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to see what energy is available for us this weekend, and then we're going to pull oracle cards. So feel free to join the conversation. Feel free to ask questions. This is not a personal reading. This is a general collective reading, okay? So let's see. What do we need to know this weekend? And you'll see me like look off to the side and whatnot. That's because I'm taking myself out of the shuffling. I'm taking my logical mind out, and I'm letting just my subconscious take over. Okay, so today we have the 7 of Cups, okay? Now when the 7 of Cups is direct, it's indicating that there's a bit of confusion. There's a bit of brain fog today, okay? And the 7 of Cups often worries about, do they have what it takes to get what they want? So you may have had over the week, like maybe Wednesday, you may have had this epiphany happen, right? Where you're like, oh man, I would really like to experience this. Or you've gone through this shift where you're wanting to change things. And then today you feel like this brain fog, like, well, I don't know what to do. I've got all this in my mind. I've got it all up here. But do I have what it takes to achieve whatever it is that I want to achieve? And the universe is always like, yes, you do. If it's in your mind up here, if you're thinking about it all the time, yes, you do have what it takes to achieve whatever it is that you're thinking about, okay? And it's asking you to pick something. Pick one area that you want to focus on, okay? It could be life in general. It could be business. It could be relationships. Whatever area in your life you feel is lacking, that would be the area that you focus on. In business, if you have all of these ideas of what you want to do, then you categorize them and you say, okay, this one I can do right now. This one's going to have to wait because it needs more time to develop. You know, you start to categorize it. That way you get more mental clarity, because if you have this brain fog, then you're not going to know where to go, and whatever you do is not going to be as productive as you want, okay? Let me check the comments. Sorry. I always wear the worst shirts for reading comments on here. Oh, that's you today? Okay. All of y'all are resonating. Okay, yeah. It's just, you know, when our brains get activated, when that creativity within us gets activated, it opens up so much, and then we get overwhelmed with all of these ideas. Like, I want to do all the things, but we have to pace ourselves, because we have to figure out, what is my actual passion? What is it that I actually want to do? And what am I feeling led to do because somebody else is doing it, or somebody else is promoting it, or I'm feeling, you know how it takes like 12 times for you to see something before you actually give in? You have to check yourself. Am I being programmed to want to do this, to want this thing, or is it actually something that I truly want and that I'm destined for? Okay? Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything. All right, let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the Three of Coins. Much better, okay? So it feels like today might be a little bit of brain fog, and that's okay, right? We have those days. This is a time where you're going to allow yourself to rest and really think about things, okay? Categorize what it is that's going on in the mind. Then tomorrow, we start making a plan, okay? Because the Three of Coins is the architect of the tarot. It wants to start building something. And if you need help, then you ask the person that has done it before and done it well. You ask them, you get advice from them. So whatever it is that you're deciding. Now, the Three of Coins can indicate, like I said, it's the architect of the tarot, but it's also like, let's say, I know there's people in here that are going through a divorce, right? That you would go talk to your attorney. If there's something that you need to start working on, start planning out, you would have to go talk to your attorney, because they would help you make a plan. If you're wanting to learn how to paint or something like that, you would go talk to and take lessons from an artist, because they already know how to do it, and they're teaching you. They're giving you the blueprint, the plan. They're showing you because they have expertise, okay? So it's going to be different for everybody. The Three of Coins could be literally you start making a plan, or you get advice from somebody to help you start making a plan. Like when people come to me for their one-on-one power coaching, we start making a plan for their life. I give them the blueprint of themselves, and then we start making plans, okay? So let's look at Sunday. Sunday, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? When she's in reverse, this is not a good energy, okay? When she's in reverse, she can feel on edge. So be aware on Sunday that you might feel on edge, so communication, okay? Watch your communication. Just understand that your emotions may be taking the best of you, and there might be, you know, it's funny because both of these, today and Sunday, indicate the head being in the clouds, right? Saturday is a clear day to move. So there could be some astrological things happening that are affecting us mentally. It could be just a collective societal thing that's happening that's affecting us. Make sure this weekend that you are grounding down your energy, that you are clearing everything out so you can think clearly, all right? So on Friday today and Sunday, you want to make sure just to give yourself grace, watch your communication, and understand that things might be a little bit foggy. And like I said, on Sunday, it's more so of like, I'm a little bit emotional. I can't think straight, okay? My mom just got diagnosed with cancer yesterday, and I'm wondering if you can pull a card for my family. I don't pull for like life and death. I'm sorry. This is a collective reading, and I'm so sorry to hear about your mom. Let's see. Hang on, let me check down here on TikTok. Did I miss anything? Oh no, same. Okay, so is this making sense, you guys? So today, a little bit of brain fog, need to organize the mind, okay? Really go within to figure out what is speaking to you. Tomorrow is the time to start making plans. It's the time to get things in order. Sunday might be a little bit emotional. Watch it. It might be between you and another person, like somebody you're in a relationship with, because she rules Libra energy. Okay, so it could be some sort of issue between you and a partner, and the feminine in the relationship is going to be the one that needs to watch their communication. So if you're a male and you're with a female and she's emotional, give her space. Okay, understand that there's something going on where she might be feeling emotional. If you are the feminine or the female, then understand that you might be feeling a little bit emotional on Sunday, so watch your speech, okay? We have to take personal responsibility for our actions. Like if you wake up and you're for whatever reason in a bad mood, you recognize that, right? But instead of thinking that everybody else needs to walk on eggshells because you're in a bad mood, you have to shift your attitude. You have to recognize that you're in a bad mood and don't get triggered over everything, okay? The sun and Saturn together, Mercury is together with the moon, and I told you a lot of stuff going on. Thank you all so much for the compliments. I appreciate that. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Because look, we have a blessing of fairy magic, okay? It's number 33. 33 is a master number, okay? 33 is the master healer. So it's about taking care of you and putting out into the universe what you want. So if you're wanting, you might just feel like, okay, well, I'm going to start planning this. I want to start doing this. I want to make this happen. But the next few days, you might just feel a little bit wonky in the brain, but you have some clarity on Saturday. This is the day that you take advantage of it, okay? This is the day that you make those moves, make that plan, and then understand that not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows, okay? This is why we do this. This is why I pull cards for each day of the week, because we need to understand the energy that we're working with. And the cards work with the astrology. They just do. They talk to each other, okay? The energy is. So we're getting this heads up as far as, okay, this is what you might experience, this is what you might be feeling, so just be aware. It could be on Sunday, again, like I said, Libra energy, where you're trying to please everybody and you're wearing yourself out. Stop it. Okay? Look, we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. I told you, you're wanting something new. You have this idea. You're wanting this new feeling. It's going to be different for everybody, right? And the Fool is the one that follows their intuition, follows that inner guidance, okay? Uses all of the knowledge that they've gained from the past, and they move forward. The Fool is not foolish. The Fool is just innocent and new and excited about this new journey, okay? But there's going to be some things that need to be worked out in this new journey, whether it be relationships, business, or just life in general, okay? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. That's you. Uh-oh. Yes, we do got this. Exactly, my mom used to tell me, it's not the whole world, it's you. When I was in a bad mood, yeah. What happens above in the stars happens below on earth. Absolutely. As above, so below. As below, so above. So that's the thing, you guys, is that's how we take personal awareness. This is what I teach my kids too, is like if you're in a bad mood or something's going on, you have to be aware that everybody else around you is not supposed to change their ways just because you're in a mood, you know? And that's just how life is. Oh, you're Libra, and Sunday is your partner and daughter's birthday. He's a narcissist, and I'm sure there will be something that will come up that day. Yeah, so just be aware that you might get triggered, and just stay in your power. Practice the pause. Let's see what else we need to know. And if you're overwhelmed about starting something new, whether it be a new job, a new business, or something like that, it's just telling you step by step, okay? One thing at a time. Don't try to focus on the end result. You can know what you want your end result to be like, but when you're getting started, just step by step, one chunk at a time, okay? So we have bone collector in reverse showing up. It's number 1. So let's see what that wants to tell us. I love this deck. Okay, so in reverse. The past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lesson of the original situation. You're faced with this now. The bone collector challenges you to see yourself as a whole being and not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. You'll repeat the past if you don't reclaim the things you believe were lost. The information you seek lies in your history. Did I not just say that with the Fool, right? Familiarity, in this case, isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. It is a call to retreat and choose differently. The bone collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got, right? We know that. His warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. Or her warning is delivered. For she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. So this is what we're saying here. This is this new energy that's hiding underneath. This is what it all like kind of boils down to, right? So there's this overwhelm. There's this confusion. There's this maybe doubt of what you have. And it's like, how do I do this differently, right? Well, you start making a plan. The architect of the tarot wants you to make a plan that's better than what you've done before, because this needs to, not this, but this here needs to stand on a solid foundation. And it's not going to stand on a solid foundation if you're rebuilding it the same way you did before, if you're making the same decisions you did before, right? That's insanity, is making the same decisions expecting a different outcome. It doesn't happen, right? Digging up bones. Oh my gosh, I remember that song. And now it's going through my head. That's a great song. Yeah, digging up old resentments. Yep. You just keep going back to the old thing, digging it up, looking at it, expecting it to be different. Nope. Bury it back down. And you come back, you dig it back up. It's the same thing over and over again. It's like a nightmare, right? That's a personal nightmare. There's your own personal hell, is when you're making the same decisions and the same shit keeps happening. And you're like, why? Well, you got to make different decisions. You got to do things from a different perspective. And that's why we have the blessing of fairy magic, because this master number is telling you, you are manifesting this. You can change this, okay? You can heal this path, but it is up to you. There's something I read just the other day, and it was really profound, and it was essentially talking about, most people will hear this information and they won't do anything about it. But the student who is ready will hear it, soak it in, and make the changes. But it's very few that will actually do that. And it sucks, because I wish that would soak in for everybody, but, I'm only one person. Let's do some more Oracle. I got that freaking song in my head. We've been through a lot these past few days. Present moment is awareness. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, y'all are so smart. I'm describing your relationship over the past years. Okay, past 5 years. Okay, so listen to the message. Planning on leaving him, and it's been so overwhelming trying to get all the pieces together before I decide to actually leave. Well, that's good that you're putting everything in place. That's what you need to do. You got to get your ducks in a row before you make moves. All right, what else do we need to know? There's a lot of people shift. I mean, I know relationships come and go, but there's a lot of people in their wake up realizing that they don't resonate with their partners. Look, we have Vesta, Hearth. Okay? This is you taking care of your life force energy. I'll read this to you as well. So 32, 3 is communication, expression, creation. It's like the product of what you've created. 2 is relationships, connections, decisions, and balance. And then 5 is all about change. It's the pivotal moment, okay? So we have Vesta, evaluate yourself and your life. Each human's task is to help reduce the total suffering on earth and increase the total joy. Your joy and suffering matter as much, neither more nor less than anyone else's. Do not burn yourself up for another's cause, nor withhold your warmth, but share what you have to offer. This is not a situation where you need to take sides. Come back to the center, to the flame, to your hearth, and to your core values. Focus on that center flame instead of the personalities involved. See what I'm saying? So that's what I said. You go within. Always. That's always the answer, is to go within, okay? Because you have to check in with yourself. You have to take personal responsibility for your decisions and your reactions, okay? Let me finish. Remember what matters. Find that deep calm within. Light a candle with a prayer and use it to bring your focus to the center and let the rest fall away. Then decide, advise, and operate from there. It may be time to take a retreat, a chance to clear yourself, to clear your energy fields, cleanse your environment, reclaim your temple. If a relationship is truly of value and important to your soul, the person or team you're involved with will honor your process. The challenge. Vesta warns you to share yourself rather than sacrifice yourself. Your hard work at holding the situation together may be ignored or taken for granted unless you know your worth. Get it? So, that's why I said the more you come to these sessions, Mondays and Fridays, the more it's going to speak to you, okay? So this is telling you, you got to take care of you. And that's going to be on multiple angles, okay? Your personal responsibility for your choices and your actions, and then taking care of your life force energy, not expending it to everybody, not emptying your cup just to make others happy when they really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in an egoic sense, but if you're in a relationship with somebody, no matter if it's a friend or a lover or family member, if they are unwilling to come to a harmonious balance, then that's your answer. Astrology is there, but sometimes we use it to discount other people's behaviors. Yeah, we don't make excuses for bad behavior, for sure. I agree. Said hence, it's okay. I'm trying to make sure that I'm reading it properly. Careful balance or justification of the situation and person is needed. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, both people have to take personal responsibility for their actions and then what they want to do to repair the situation. Or if they can't, then the exit, right? So let's see what else we need to know. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm a Leo, or I'm an Aries, and that's just who I am. No, you're an asshole and take responsibility for your actions. You know, there's a high vibration and a low vibration of each sign, of each life path number, of everything, you know, of each human design trait. It's what you choose to be. You know, you're not allowed to be an asshole because you're a certain sign who people claim is an asshole. You know, like people say that Geminis are the worst people to get in relationships with. It's not true. My son is a Gemini, and he's one of the best guys who's more thoughtful of his relationships than anything. You know, it's not, you can't base everything on somebody's sun, rising sign, or other attributes to life that cause somebody to be good or bad, you know? Free will. Ooh, we have number 33 again, you guys. Door to romance is in reverse. So all y'all having relationship problems, you're speaking loud and clear today. Okay? So it's closing of the door, but let's see what we need to hear. Let's hear the message. Oh, the book is over here. That number 33 is big. I'm surprised Jamie's not here. It's her number. She sees all the time. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Oops. This card reversed indicates a delay or disappointment where love is concerned. In a present relationship, it could also be a sign of distance or separation. For some, the door to love may seem to have been shut for a long time, but the energetic universe is always in a state of flow or flux. Knowing this, you can work on making changes in your daily life that will bring more love into your experience. A lot of people ask me, well, how am I supposed to meet somebody? You have to go out and be part of society. It's not about going to a bar and that's it. There are tons of things that you can do that interest you. Take a class, go take a course, go, do something that interests you, and you're more likely to meet somebody that you're interested in because you're interested in the same things. See what I'm saying? I do not recommend dating apps whatsoever. I recommend meeting somebody in person, okay? Because you need to be able to feel their vibration. You need to be able to watch their mannerisms. You need to be able to hear their voice, all the things, okay? Anybody can be anybody behind a screen, okay? So don't trust that. Trust what you feel. That's why when you're looking for like a tarot practitioner or a coach or an astrologer, anything, you need to think about how you feel when you're seeing that person, okay? Not just what they say, because they may be giving you advice from the wrong viewpoint. Like for me, example, I'm a projector in human design. I'm not supposed to operate like a generator, but I have hired generator business coaches, and I'm like, that doesn't work for me. I don't know why, but it's creating a block for me. Well, it was because it was the wrong thing. Okay? You need to find people that feel right, that are aligned with you. Okay? Let me finish this right quick. Remember to make yourself and your own happiness a priority. Encourage yourself and always acknowledge how valuable and deserving you are of receiving your own love and that of others. Such choices in your attitude and self-treatment will shift any energy of self-dismissal, changing your core consciousness and all that you attract. So tell the universe you're ready for real love because you're finally willing to give it to yourself. Yes, when you give yourself real love, you radiate that from the inside out. Okay? People don't realize it, but they can sense that. Okay, on an energetic level. They're like, I don't know, you just radiate this energy. Well, it's because you're actually happy. If you're not happy, you're going to be closed off like this, and nobody's going to want to approach you. And you're going to be, in a bad mood. So, also, if you're deciding to leave a relationship, you've got to do what is best for you, right? You know what is best for you, and are you going to make the move or not? Do not stay for the kids. We already addressed that, I think, on Monday. Let's get more, or let me check the comments, hang on. What's the best site to search an accredited Reiki source? You can look at Udemy or Coursera. It's been a long time since I did my Reiki certification. Or Cheryl, yeah. Scorpios get a bad rap because you say it like it is. I know, so do Aries. Okay, so let's keep going. What else? Let's do one from the Kipper deck. Watch it be community again. It's so freaking accurate. Okay. What else do we need to know? Nope, gotta keep going. Sorry, if it doesn't split properly, I have to wait and see, and it was not ready. This is why I don't look at it or anything. I just take myself out of it. There we go. Courtship. Number 4. Okay, so we're going to look at this in both aspects. First, we're going to talk about if you're looking for love. Okay, so let's talk about it. If you're looking for love, you're frustrated, you're confused, you're like, I don't know if anybody's going to like me or see my value. Well, you have to see your value first. Okay, then you got to get out and meet people and network. Okay. And don't expect that you're going to meet somebody right away and get frustrated, okay? And be like, nobody's going to love me, nobody's going to want to be with me, because it's bullshit, right? You do have a new experience coming up, but that's probably why you're so frustrated. It's on the precipice of happening, but your frustration is misinterpreting the energy that is actually happening, okay? So that's if you're looking for love. You have to be in this stable energy. You have to do what's necessary in order to meet people. 4 is all about thinking logically and being practical and doing what's necessary to get what you want, okay? Also, you want to make sure that that person is aligned to what you want. Don't go, oh, well, they're paying attention to me, so I'm just going to go negate everything that I wanted in a person because I'm actually finally getting attention. That's where you get into trouble. Okay, so you stay back, you evaluate, you get to know the person, and you make sure that they are consistent, that they are actually who they say they are, and all the things. That's why I say don't meet people on dating apps, because you need to be able to see their actions. You need to be able to witness it, okay? Now, if you're going through a rough time in a relationship, is it stable or is it not? You know, are you acting as though you love one another, or are you enemies? I never understood, even as a child, I was like, I don't understand why people get married just so they can bitch about their significant other. That made no sense to me. I didn't get it. Does that make sense to y'all? I thought you were supposed to lift up the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And there's Jamie. It's about freaking time. Just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? I never understood that. So if you're partnering up with somebody that you have an addiction to bitching about, then there's a massive problem. Okay? Massive problem. Why in the hell would you partner up with somebody that you want to bitch about? Makes no sense. Now, no relationship is 100% rainbows and unicorn farts. You know, you're going to have these times. But when you actually love somebody, you don't want to bitch about them. You want to fix things. You want to support them. You want to understand that maybe they're having a bad day. Or maybe this is just something we don't agree on, but maybe we can find some common ground here. Right? It's not like I've got to win, they have to lose. They need to agree with me all the time. You're two different people in a relationship, and it's going to take time for things to go like this. So if you find yourself complaining more than supporting and appreciating, then there's a massive red flag for you, okay? Let's see. Oh, I would love that, Anne. That would be amazing. She says she's thinking about doing Reiki and or shamanic classes. Yes. Jonathan. What? Who'd you meet? Girl, Anne, I think we all have dating app horror stories. My childhood with parents always nagging on each other. Yep. Oh, hang on. Agree to disagree, Cheryl. I was like first trying to figure out what you're saying, but yeah. Bye, Elaine. Sorry, thank y'all for being patient while I look through the comments. And that makes a lot of sense, Dee Dee. I have love for him, but I'm not in love anymore. Yeah. I mean, especially when it's the other half of your children, Like my kid's dad. I don't hate him. I hate what he chooses to do, but that's part of my children. And I want the best for him because I want him to be happy because then he can have a successful relationship with my children. He chooses to be unhappy. So I have to just let him be who he wants to be. And me and my children do our thing, So, yeah, when relationships are struggling, it all depends on, are you both willing to work on this and come to a healthy compromise, or are you just wanting to win? Is your ego getting in the way? Let's look at the money deck. Look at that. Life purpose. Okay, this is our money message for the weekend. There's 3 ways to resonate. Here's number 1. You will have new ideas and inspirations that will guide you to your divine calling. We all have that floating up here, right? I always feel like it's right here. We all have this idea, this fantasy of what we want to experience when it comes to our financial success and love and life in general. Okay, but we're talking about money right here. Number 2, what is meant for you will not leave you as long as you continue to push forward. So, since we have free will, we can choose to block it off. We can choose to prolong it because we have this confusion, we have this overwhelm. Like, I don't know if I can do this. But Spirit's telling you, hey, start little. Start making a plan. Get help if you need help, okay, with your financial goals, whether it be a business or just financial goals, okay? Number 3, that's what I just said. Ask for what you need and things will align for you to carry out your vision, okay? Do not be afraid to ask for help. That could be from another person. It could be from Spirit. It could be whatever you need, okay? Whatever you feel called to do. Ask for help because you're not expected to know everything. It's impossible, okay? I don't know everything. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything, okay? All successful people have a panel of professionals that they go see on the regular, okay? They have life coaches, they have astrologers, they have tarot readers, they have financial advisors, they have therapists. I mean, they have all the things, all the people that they go see, okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be too proud to ask for help and guidance, because even the most successful people do that. And that's how they're successful, because they're willing to put that ego aside and say, hey, I need your advice. I need your guidance, because I'm not willing to do it all. Look at that. A lot with the heart this week, or this weekend. It says emotions focused on love, heart's calling, affairs of the heart. Okay? Now, this doesn't have to do with love. It could be that if you're wanting to move forward in another capacity of your life, what do? You always follow the heart. You follow where you're being pulled, where you're being guided. Your heart is psychic. Okay? Your heart knows, I think it's about 3 seconds before something happens. So your heart knows. Your heart is psychic. Your heart is like, hey, this way. Okay? Your mind is stupid. Okay? But your mind is programmed. So you have to learn how to control the mind and listen to the actual heart. Okay? People think that they're following their heart when they're actually following their ego. Okay? So you have to learn how to discern the difference between the two. Yes, self-love. I love that. Lead with the heart and the rest will follow. Yes. Yeah, and human design readers for sure. And I mean, you guys, human design will change your life. Anne is teaching us more and more about human design in our monthly monthly master classes, which is happening next Wednesday. And it's so, I love human design so much. Let's make sure I saw that. Hi. Okay, let's pull some more because we still got time. Let's do Moonology. I needed that reminder, lead with the heart. Good. I think so. I think when you start leading with the heart, when you're doing what you're passionate about, yeah, you're going to have to work at things, but you're so much happier. I work my ass off for my business and to do everything that I can for y'all, but it makes me happy. It's my passion. It's what I love. I love helping people. So find what you love to do and put your heart into it and go. Be your true, authentic self. Quit trying to be like somebody else that you're seeing on social media. Because let me tell you, don't believe what you see on, behind the screen. Anybody can be anybody behind a screen. Whoops, I had that upside down. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. See? The astrology coming up is uh-oh and lovely at the same time. Great. That's kind of what the weekend is showing. So we have emotions are running high. That's what I told you. So be aware today and Sunday, you very well could be a little bit emotional just because there's some brain fog going on here. Okay? There's some overwhelm, there's some confusion, and Saturday is going to be more clear-minded. It's going to be like, okay, this is what I actually need to do. I need to take this step. I need to do this and that. Maybe I need to speak to this person to get advice. Or you may have somebody that you meet or come across or just naturally talk to that gives you good advice on how to move forward. Okay? It's going to be different for everybody. So just be aware. Like I said, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes we're going to have to go through some wonky moments to get to the good stuff. That's how life is. Oh, that one will open. Let's see. Good morning, Martha. I've been learning so much about myself with human design. Good. And life path. Good, good, good. Okay. So yeah, also if you want to know about the astrology coming up in March, Jamie goes over all of that in our monthly masterclass. So that's happening on Wednesday. I haven't created the event yet, but if you're in the tribe, you're automatically included. So don't worry. What else do we need to know? We have West completion. There's that number 4 again. Okay. So, West completion. We are moving away from something into something new. Now, it could be the completion of relationships. It could be the completion of just a path that you were on. It could be that you're dramatically deciding that, you know what? I want to work on and focus on living in my authenticity, and I know that's going to change my entire life, but I'm ready to go. And I did that. Lost a lot of friends, gained some great ones, and it's a whole process, but it will dramatically change your life. You're no longer having to chase money. You're no longer having to chase really anything. It's just when you live authentically, you don't have to worry about anything. It's so freeing, you know? You can change your life in miraculous ways. I stopped, living for everybody else. I do for everybody that wants help and guidance from whatever it is that I can do for them. But I stopped putting my life on hold for everybody else. Okay? And you can do the same thing. I love this little deck. And I'm so glad you introduced this little deck to us. It's so freaking cute. Let's see. Nope, see? Nope, okay, keep going. The right one will come out. So done, decided this year is the year I choose me and finding myself again. Good. And finding your truth. A lot of people don't know what their truth is, and that's why it's a process. The honey mother. Sometimes the greatest magic lies in the smallest of forms. That's what I'm saying. Little changes, step by step. Okay? One little decision can change everything in your life. Okay? It's, like the butterfly effect. It's also like the tipping point. Like one little change can set off a chain reaction of major changes. Okay? But, if you've been in a toxic relationship for a long time, or a toxic work environment for a long time, or friendships, or anything where you haven't felt like you're able to be your true authentic self, you have essentially started to morph yourself into that crowd, okay? That person, whatever it is. So when you separate yourself from all of that, you give yourself space to find yourself again. I saw this quote where this guy says, I'm here to reintroduce you to the life you forgot. And I was like, yes, that is like my theme song. I'm here to wake you up to the life that you forgot, to the you that you forgot, right? That is my mission. When I read that, I was on fire. Gina, you have missed quite a bit, but it's going to be on YouTube. Oh, as of yesterday, the block button has become my friend. I like that. Oh yeah, we'll get the sassy deck. You have a hard time shuffling as your hands are small. I have very small hands too. This is why I shuffle them sideways. You don't shuffle them like the crazy way that you see on social media. That's not the way. That's pop tarot. It's not real. The deck that I just used was the Forest Fae. You can find it on Amazon. Let's see. You lost so many friends. I know, man. It happens. Okay, so let's get the sassy deck. Let's get the rebel deck. I freaking love this deck. I still need to make my own. I just, I've got enough projects on my plate right now, but I will. There are certain decks that I stopped using because I feel like they're toxic. And it's funny because I thought about making a deck of more like real advice, like they're not coming back, you're better off. Something like that. Instead of, I'm so sorry, I need time to think. I'm not good enough for you right now. All the bullshit that your codependent self wants to hear. I stopped using those decks because I realized they were way too toxic for my clients, and I'm not doing it. All right, let's see what we need to know for this weekend. What's our message for this weekend? It says you equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. I love that one. Okay? So think about that. Loosen up. Control freaks don't get laid. If you're wanting to meet somebody, you've got to loosen up. You've got to have fun. You got to be your true authentic self. When you're trying to be in control of everything and trying to put out this persona that is not you, it's not going to work. Okay? People energetically feel you and they don't realize it, but they do. And it is a turnoff when you are trying to be somebody else. Okay? It is. You have to, people will so appreciate you when you are your true authentic self because they feel like they can trust you. They know they can trust you because you're authentic. You're not willing to hide or lie about anything. You're like, you know what? This is me. And being your authentic self is not, like we talked about earlier, well, I'm a Leo, so, that's just how I am. No. You don't get to be an asshole because of your astrology or your numerology or anything like that. There's positive and negative vibrations of both. So grow up. Let's see. Whoops. Come on now. Froze up on me. Make them small. Yeah, when y'all are shuffling your tarot, look, I have very small hands, okay? It might not look like it on screen, but I do have very small hands, okay? When I was married, my ring size was like a 4 3/4, okay? 4 1/4 or 4 3/4, I can't remember. So I do have very small hands. This is why we just shuffle nice and easy. Okay? Uh-oh, Instagram's about to run out in a minute and a half. But this is why we shuffle just nice and easy, just like this. Your hands are big enough to hold the deck. Okay? Even if it's a bigger deck like this one. Okay? This one's thicker because it's on thicker paper. You shuffle nice and easy, just like this. This is how tarot is meant to be shuffled, okay? So do it sideways. Don't try to shuffle them like this or however the hell you see it on other social media sites. Yeah, calm, cool, and collected shuffling is what it's all about because we're keeping the energy calm. We're focusing the energy, okay? Instagram, you're about to cut off, so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. TikTok, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you need anything, the links are all in my bio. I'm always here. I will see you back here Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, we're going to look at the energy of the week. We'll talk more. We'll learn more. We'll just be besties. Okay? So I love y'all. Mwah. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.